Good morning. The May 17, 2017 meeting of the Board of Investment is now called to order. In the interest of promoting the order and the efficiencies of these hearings, persons who are disruptive to the hearing will be asked to leave the hearing room immediately. Meetings of the Board of Investment are open to the public for the duration of the meeting. The hearing room must be vacated at the conclusion of the meeting. Failure to comply may result in a charge of trespassing. Madam Deputy Controller, are there any corrections, additions, or deferrals on the agenda?
Good morning. For today's board meeting, the board received a protest from Ms. Kim Trueheart for pages 69 to 74, and also for all items on the agenda. The board has reviewed her correspondence, however, will not hear from Ms. Trueheart. In addition, a protest was received for pages 129 to 131 from Martin Hill, PA, on behalf of Balfour Beatty Infrastructure, Inc., and its division, Frucon Construction. That same item, page 129 to 131, will be deferred to May 31st, 2017. I have the following items that will be moving from the non-routine agenda to the routine agenda, and those are pages 67 to 68, which is the agreement with MRA Digital LLC, and also pages 72 to 74, which is the agreement with American Traffic Solutions, Inc. Remaining on the non-routine agenda are pages 69 to 71, which is the agreement with Conduit State and Local Solutions, as well as page 80. I have the following abstentions to note. The Honorable Mayor Pugh will abstain on pages 125 to 126, items 1, 2, and 3. There are no abstentions for the Honorable President Young. The Honorable Comptroller Pratt will abstain on pages 46 to 47, items 1 and 2. Mr. President and members of the board, those are the protests received, the one item that's being deferred, the items that have been moved to the routine agenda, as well as the abstentions. Remaining on the non-routine agenda, again, are pages 69 to 71 and page 80. Thank you.
Thank you. I will direct the board members' attention to the memorandum from our office dated May the 15th, 2017, identifying matters to be considered as routine agenda items together with any corrections and additions that have been noted by the Deputy Controller. I will entertain a motion to approve all of the items contained on the routine agenda.
I move the approval of the items on the routine agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The motion carries. The routine agenda has been adopted. The first item on the non-routine agenda can be found on pages 69 to 71, Department of Transportation Agreement. Will the parties please come forward?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Madam Mayor, Mr. President, Madam Controller, members of the board. I'm Frank Murphy, Acting Director of Transportation. Department of Transportation is recommending the award of the contract to Xerox/Conduit as listed in the BOE agenda. Do you have any questions? Any questions from anyone?
Any questions from anyone?
Pardon me, I was remiss introducing Mr. Liberati. Robert Liberati is our program manager for the automated traffic violation enforcement system.
Any questions from anyone?
No, I don't have any questions, but when the vote is called, I'm going to abstain because in the past, Xerox, until December of 2016, Xerox was in existence, and then it changed its name to Conduit. And I'm not certain that sufficient vetting was done to show in any way that Xerox has improved and that we will not have a repeat of the same problems that we had in the past. So I don't have any questions, but I will abstain when the vote is called.
Okay, I will entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the award as recommended on page 69 of the 69 through 71 of the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Please note that the controller abstains. All right, the motion carries.
Thank you.
The fourth item on the non-routine agenda can be found on page 80, Bureau Purchase acceptance of technical proposals, and opening of price proposals. Will the parties please come forward? Good morning.
Good morning, Aaron Scher Smith, City Purchasing Agent for the Department of Finance. This morning, I am recommending that we accept the technical proposals of Ask Reply Inc. and Early Morning Software and open the prices for further evaluation.
Madam Controller, you have.
I do. I'm wondering how you can do that because on at the board meeting of November the 23rd, a request was made by this board that you would be allowed to come back to this board, make a recommendation and report why this company should be allowed to cure, and that has not been done.
And I apologize if there is a misunderstanding. My reading of the minutes of November 23rd, 2016, were that David Ralph, interim city solicitor, moved to approve the cures. And because that was approved by the board, I believed that means we could move forward with the price opening without the additional step.
No, David Ralph did say that, but I also amended it by saying that the Bureau of Purchases should come back to this board and ask for approval because it is only the Board of Estimates that is able to allow you to cure. And it appears that you were relying on the regulations that had not been approved by this board. So are you able to make a report to this board so that we can move forward of why they are allowed to cure?
I believe I can.
Okay.
The issue with the bid guarantee was that it was a business check rather than a certified check. And we informed the bidder of the problem. They immediately cured it, so the city at no point was without protection, and at this point we haven't moved to award. So as long as the cure happens before award recommendation, the city is protected, as the bid guarantee is solely to ensure that they sign the agreement if they are actually recommended for award. So I believe that the mistake was made in good faith and the city was not harmed, nor was there any issue that caused there to be a lack of a fair process for any other bidders, as this was solely to protect the city.
I understand that, but the Bureau of Purchases is not allowed, doesn't have the authority. This board has the authority to give you the approval to cure, and that didn't happen. And at that board meeting, I said that I wanted to make sure that this did not start a precedent. So the motion was, and if you go back and you follow the minutes, you will see that David Ralph did make that motion, but I amended it by saying that the Bureau of Purchases must come back to this board and make a report.
Okay, and I apologize, I don't have that in the minutes, but I can make a report and request at this time that the cure be approved by the Board of Estimates so that we can open the prices of both of the technically acceptable proposing vendors.
Have you all made this exception for any other contract before?
Nothing
Have
that
you ever
hasn't
denied
come.
anyone? Have you denied anyone?
Nothing that hasn't been submitted to the board. We have.
If you go back to your tab sheet, if you're not relying on the minutes, if you go back to your tab sheet, it states on November 23rd, 2016, the board approved the Bureau of Purchases to evaluate whether the non-responsive bid security can be cured and to report to the board. The date on this is 12/1, but I will finish reading. It says on November 23rd, the board approved the Bureau of Purchases to evaluate whether the non-responsive bid security can be cured and to report to the board on the results so that the board can consider the Bureau of Purchases recommendation. The bid was forwarded to the Bureau of Purchases as the board directed. So it's on the tab sheet. So for you to say that you didn't follow the minutes or it wasn't in the minutes, it's on the tab sheet, and it is also on the board letter dated November the 1st. It says, upon motion duly made and seconded, the board approved the Bureau of Purchases to evaluate whether the non-responsive bid security can be cured and to report to the board on the results so that the board can consider the Bureau of Purchases recommendation and the underlying results of the bid security for the board approval with the proviso that the board's action does not set a precedent and applies only to the bids listed in the board memo. You didn't have access to this information?
Oh, I do, but the minutes don't show that that was required. And because the recommendation originally was to follow that process, after the board approved the cure, it appeared to be a moot issue. If not, if there is a disagreement as to whether the board actually did take that, either I would ask that there be an opinion as to whether that was done, or you allow me to make my report verbally at this time. I believe it is in the city's best interest to open the price proposals of both technically acceptable vendors.
Okay, let's see here. I have the minutes here.
Can I ask a question?
Madam Mayor?
Um,
Just wanna ask a question.
So the question is, because the board should give approval,
Yes.
is it appropriate for her to ask for approval? And is that what you're asking her to do? So you need to ask for the approval of the board regarding this particular issue, and then we have the responsibility to accept or reject.
Right.
Correct?
Yes, I would ask the board at this time approve the cure of Ask Reply's bid security.
Okay. Before we do that, could you make a verbal report of why they should cure? I know you said that because you can't just call up a bidder, and the manner said that it must be a certified check. The Bureau of Purchases called the bidder up and had them bring down $8,000. They offered a company check of $8,000. The Bureau of Purchases called them up and asked them to bring a certified check. So what is the,
Procedure.
why?
Well,
I understand that you said that for competitiveness and it didn't harm the city in any
Correct.
way, but why?
Well, historically, we have been very firm, and the charter required that. We had no room to accept a good faith effort or allow a cure of a small technical mistake. However, with the charter amendment, we believe that does allow for the board to review the good faith efforts and to allow the cure, and that would, in the end, allow for additional competition and to get better technical proposals and lower prices. So it is in the city's best interest that when there is no attempt to avoid providing a bid guarantee, but the mistake was made in good faith, and in this case, we believe it was.
So what was the good faith effort?
They provided the company check, and it was in the incorrect form. However, there was no reason to believe that that check was invalid.
Say that, you said the good
Talk
faith,
to the mic.
the good faith effort was what now?
Was providing a company check in the amount of $8,000, and we believe that that was a inadvertent mistake, as they
mistake.
immediately cured by providing the certified check, and we don't have any reason to believe that they would not have done that in the first instance if they were aware that they were making a mistake.
So they really didn't make a good faith effort, you're just saying it was a mistake?
No, I believe they made a good faith effort to comply. They did make a mistake, however, and we're asking that mistake to be, or we're asking that their effort to correct their mistake, that to cure, is accepted, so that we can accept their technical proposal and open their price at this time.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna make your report. Are you making your report?
I apologize.
Yeah, okay, so much is going on. Okay, all right, so.
So you asked for the board's approval?
Yes, I am asking for the board's approval to accept the cure and to open the prices of both Ask Reply and Early Morning Software at this time.
So the board needs to approve that?
I entertain a motion.
I move that that the board accept the recommendation to allow a cure in this instance for the security issue that was presented in this case, and that also the board open the items as suggested on page 80 of the board's agenda.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. I just want to let you know that we don't want to see this again. Come and ask for the board's approval prior to coming to us with this.
I agree, and I hope that in the future, when we have some procurement regulations, this can be a nice, clear process that we don't get to this, confusion again. So I apologize.
Okay, thank you. There being no more business before this board, we recess until bid opening at 12 noon. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The Board of Education is now in session for the receiving and opening of bids. I have the following addenda to read for today. Sanitary contract, Sanitary contract 966, cleaning and inspection of sanitary sewers at various locations in Baltimore City, Zone A. Please change the bid due date from May 17th to May 31st, 2017. Sanitary contract 970, cleaning and inspection of sanitary sewers at various locations in Baltimore City, Zone B. Please change the bid due date from May 17th to June 7th, 2017. Those are the addenda for today.
Hearing no objections, so ordered.
SC 953, sanitary sewer collection system, improvements in the high-level sewer shed. A bid bond is required if the amount is over $100,000. SAK Construction LLC with a bid bond. $15,279,112. AM Liner East with a bid bond. $13,997,151.90. Spiniello Companies with a bid bond. $12,233,000. Metra Industries with a bid bond. $15,561,003. In Situ Form Technologies LLC with a bid bond. $14,193,640.30.
Refer these bids to the Department of Public Works for tabulation and report.
B50005001, on-site preventative maintenance and inspection for heavy-duty fleet vehicles. A bid bond is not required. I guess it's a space here, okay. That's the same as- okay. I was just confirming their name. I see in the front, okay. K. Neal International Trucks, Inc. Is it okay? $15,045.61. Johnson and Towers, Inc., $38,868.78. Johnson Truck Center LLC. Yeah, I looked in here. It's different name. One is Towers. Johnson Truck Center LLC, $41,352.27.
Sorry, just
I'm sorry, yes. Again, that's Johnson Truck Center LLC, $41,352.27.
Thank you.
Sure. Columbia Fleet Service, Inc., $15,636.15. Dovell, Dovell, and Williams, $21,017.88. Fleet Pro, Inc., $17,850.23.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
Thank you. Your copies. B50004963, Unarmed Uniformed Security Guard Services. A bid bond is not required. Redcoats, Inc., doing business as Admiral Security Services. $4,626,369. Metropolitan Protective Service, Inc., $4,988,300. Watkins Security Agency, Inc., $570,000. I'll reread that. Again, it's Watkins Security Agency, Inc., $3,813,570. Abacus Corporation, $3,838,120.
Can you read that again, please?
Sure. Just give me 1 second, please. Abacus Corporation, $3,838,120. Allied Universal Security Services, $4,162,285.32.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report. B50004537, Diversity and Labor Compliance System. This is a price opening. I guess. Yeah. I have to read both of them. Looks like they have a MBE. Okay. I don't see a cumulative. I think it's for the city size of shoes.
What is
Could it say from spreadsheet? And maybe one. They're gonna do, looks like they're gonna do more for this. They just give.
maybe just read both. Just read both.
Yes. This price is broke down into two categories, and I'll read both. MBE, WBE domain. And the second category is WE-LH domain. And these prices come from the spreadsheet for each. For Ask Reply Inc., for MBE, WBE domain, the price is $118,200. For WELH domain, the price is $199,995. Yes, focus. Thank you. Oh, here it is, page 37 in the front. Early Morning Software Inc., MBE, WBE domain, $204,424. WELH domain, $214,574.
Refer these bids to the Bureau of Purchases for tabulation and report.
There being no further business, we are adjourned.